Hey, good morning and good afternoon, all you YouTubers. I just want to come on and give you my opinion on the new Top Gun movie called Top Gun Maverick. Oh my gosh, I am not going to be spoil bug because I hate spoilers, but I will tell you hands down, it is an amazing movie. It's highly recommended, and I give it a 10 out of 10. I would definitely say if that's the movie to go see it. I don't want to spoil anything, but I do like that they brought back two of the top famous characters that were on the movie before, such as Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer. I think that they did both roles perfectly. I think how they did the whole movie was perfect. Normally, I would have some negativity to say about certain movies that come out, like Fast and Furious. I am a Fast and Furious, hands down lover, but I did have some negative comments on some of the last few movies that they did. But honestly, I dug deep and my husband dug deep, and we cannot find anything negative about this movie. I honestly could say I feel like this movie was a lot better than even the first one. Now, when they made the movie several years ago, obviously, technology wasn't so high tech and advanced as it is today. So you're going to see that big difference in the high tech with just the stunts, the sound, the effects, everything, even the fighter jets that they use. I believe it's an F-15 if I'm correct. Everything's so bold, so like almost 3D. And the way that they did everything was creative, just more modern and upbeat, and so in today's society or world in the movie making industry. I really honestly, in my opinion, have really nothing negative to say. I mean, if I did want to do a little bit of a criticism or a little bit of negativity, it really don't count because of the situation. I would have loved to see Val Kilmer a little bit more. I am not going to be a spoil bug, but everybody knows the unfortunate health issues he's dealing with. I don't want to go into details about that. You can always Google that because that's not for me and that's not my story. So most of you know his health issues. They did have to do a voiceover with him just because, the damage that's done to his vocal cords. As I stated before, if you are unsure of his health issues, Google it. I don't want to discuss it. I'm not his family or relative, so I don't feel comfortable, but I'm just saying you can Google it. But that's the only disappointment, but I do understand the situation. They really couldn't utilize him as much, but bringing him back, I think, was spot on for several reasons, which you will see in the movie. I think Tom Cruise aged well. I think he looks amazing. I think he filled the role perfectly. You can see the maturity in him and his character. Back in the first movie, he was a young Tom Cruise. Well, let's say a younger Tom Cruise, and he was a little bit, I wouldn't call the word immature. That's not the right thing, but you can see how because he was just in character. How he was laughing and not as serious. Where this movie, he's a little bit more serious. He does have a little bit of humor, not as much as in the first movie. So there might be some constructive criticism. You didn't see the Tom Cruise that we always know and love. This was a little bit more serious and not as much humor. But other than that, the movie, hands down, if you want to rate it from 1 to 10, I have to say it was a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend spending your money to go see this movie. I know that a lot of live streaming channels on there. I don't think it's on any of those yet, like Paramount Plus or anything like that. I know a lot of people, some of the movies that come out, like Clifford the Big Red Dog was already out on Paramount Plus, and I'm still paying to go to the movies. Well, I'm sorry. I'm old school. I love to go to the movies and get my popcorn and my drink and sit there and enjoy the date night. I do dinner and a movie for my date night. I like to go old school. I know people say you could do that in your own home. Why? It's boring. I love the adventure of getting in your car and driving somewhere and being excited about getting that movie popcorn, because I can't make movie popcorn in my house. Not the same way. It's just not the same. Nope. To me, it's not the same. And I like the adventure of just being a break away from the homestead. I do have 4 dogs, so I like that little bit of a break. And I like being out. So when it's warm weather, such as summer weather, I like to be out and then go for an evening walk for either dinner after the movie, because a lot of times we don't have time for dinner before the movie, or an ice cream. So I hands down, I'm going to rate Top Gun Maverick a 10 out of 10. I even got a souvenir popcorn bucket I'm going to wash up and keep. I enjoyed it. Every minute of it. There are some parts of movies that I kind of like get on my cell phone and, just check my text and emails and stuff like that because I get a little bored. Not this one. My eyes were glued the whole time. In fact, I have overactive bladder. So a lot of times I have to get up during the movie to go. This one, nope. I just held it as long as I could because I didn't want to miss any moment. However, my husband did have to get up and go because he was drinking like 2 pops, and he missed the most sensitive part of the movie, and I'm not going to spoil it. But you will, when you go see it, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. There's a sensitive, sad moment in the movie, and I will not talk about it. And he got up and went to the bathroom and missed the whole thing. And so he come back. I'm like, boy, you went at the wrong time. But yes, definitely go see it. I just love the sound effects, the stunts, everything's just so vibrant, so 3D, so vibrant. I know I keep repeating myself, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you just have to go see it. 10 out of 10, you guys. Go see it. It's worth the money. I don't do a lot of movie reviews, but I think I'm going to start because I think when you get a movie review, it gives you that idea. Okay, is it worth spending my money? Because I know that in today's world, in today's society, everything's inflated and the economy is, a little rough, and we're trying to come back from COVID. So I feel like it was, I waited a few days after it first came out just so you don't have such the big crowd. So it came out over Memorial Weekend. And that's when everybody went. They went to stay cool. I waited for our movie to do a $5 movie night. I live in Ravenna, Ohio. So we have Ravenna 7 and they do $5 movie nights. And that's when me and my husband went. No, we had a few people in there, but it was not overcrowded. We were all spaced apart from each other. But yeah, so that's my movie review. 10 out of 10. Go see Top Gun Maverick. It's worth it. And they do, I will have one spoiler alert, but it's nothing that'll spoil the whole movie. Spoiler alert, they do bring in some scenes from the very first movie, but it is done in a manner that it's very tasteful, proper, and I think they did it very well. And they didn't overwhelm this movie with the original. So you got this as an original piece, but it brought back memories from the first movie, but it did it so tasteful that it didn't overtake this movie like, oh gosh, they might as well have just brought everybody back. They did it just really tasteful. So hands down, Top Gun Maverick, 10 out of 10. Go see it. Have a blessed day.